Hello friends, and welcome back to this week's Self-Love Masterclass. If you are new here, my name is Renee Love. I'm the CEO and founder of Modern Day Wise Woman, which is an online self-love coaching practice and private school. I'm also the owner of Couronne Apothecary and a Reiki master teacher. And here at this channel, we talk about all things self-love, holistic health, and spirituality. In today's video, I want to get into a topic that I actually started to talk about on TikTok, and it literally blew up. And as soon as I saw that so many of you resonated with it, I was like, okay, I need to do a much longer class on this. So what we're talking about today is the spiritual and self-love principle that when a relationship has expired in your life, the universe is really going to help you to excise that relationship or let go of that relationship. And so at the time that I'm recording this, I'm not sure what I'm going to make the title of this video as, but I think it's going to be something about let them go, letting people go, expired relationships in our lives. So let's just talk a little bit about what is an expired relationship. If you're a one-to-one client of mine watching this, we have probably talked about this quite a bit. But for those of you that are new to my work, those of you that are maybe new to Self-Love Masterclass, I'll give you a bit of an overview, okay? Now, before we get into the meat and potatoes of this, I want to let you know that Self-Love Masterclass is an entire series. I've been doing this for several years now. I think there's over 100 classes. And so the playlist is here if you want to check out the other videos. And I definitely recommend, if this class resonates with you, that you save this video, save the playlist as well, and just subscribe, because if you like this one, you like those classes, you'll probably like everything that we're going to be doing in the future. All right, so let's dig in now. What is an expired relationship? Well, first we have to understand why relationships would even expire. When we're on a self-love journey, we are growing, we are evolving, we are literally, physically, energetically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, at times as well, financially for many of us, evolving. And evolution is constant change. As we shift and we change, our needs shift and change. Our likes, our desires shift and change. Our understanding of ourselves shifts and change. Therefore, the support that you need, the circle that you need, what feeds your soul, what feeds your mind, all of these things are constantly growing and changing as well. If you yourself are on a self-love journey and you've been on the journey for a while, if you look back, right, you can see how perhaps several years ago, you were a completely different person than you are today. And maybe even for some of you that are watching this, you can see how your friend circle has changed a little bit, or even at this moment, how it is beginning to change. There may be some people that you were very, very close friends with at a period of time in your life that you're no longer really close friends with. You may also have people that you are still close with from that period of time in your life, but each of you have grown and changed, shifted, and evolved together. You may even find that where you're at in this life, for some of you, that all of the people that you're surrounded by are completely new or different people. Again, the reason for this is because we tend to spend our time with those of like mind. That is where we feel our most comfortable. That is where we feel our most safe. That is where we can really be ourselves. And it is in those spaces where we can really be ourselves that we grow, that we evolve, that we expand, and that we have the experience of life of not only just being in our power, but also being empowered and living life to the greatest satisfaction. If you have noticed that you are feeling stagnant, that you are feeling stuck, that you are feeling suppressed, that you are feeling like you can't be yourself, Often what that is a reflection of is that in the environment that you are in the surroundings that you are in the circles that you move in, you are not a match. You are not aligned anymore, or maybe you never were. And that is starting to eat away at you. For those of us that are on a spiritual journey, those of us that are conscious beings, those of us that are awakening, we cannot ignore when we are not living in our truth, when we do not feel like we can be ourselves. It does something to us. It literally sucks the life force energy out of us. And what many of us have actually realized in some cases is that while we absolutely do need people, we are social beings, we are social creatures, we cannot do it on our own. The cost of being around people or being with people that do not see us, that do not connect with us holistically, inside, outside, on all of the layers, that has too heavy of a cost. It is almost better to be on our own. And so many of us that are either going through a period of awakening, or those of us that are at a place where we are finally ready to choose ourselves, to honor ourselves, to be the fullest expression of ourselves, we are finding that many relationships are expiring. Relationships have to expire so that there is room for something and someone else or other things in our life that will help us for the next chapter of our lives and for the next stage of our growth, our transformation, and our evolution. While there will always be some people in our lives that will continue to grow and transform and shift and evolve with us, they will come with us, there are many people that will not come with us. You've heard the expression season, reason, or lifetime? That is what we are talking about. Some people are in our lives for a season, just a short period of time. Some people are in our lives for a reason, whether it is a deep, short reason or whether it is a long, lasting, lifetime reason. And other people are in our lives season, reason, lifetime. And then some people will just be with us forever. Okay? Some people will be with us forever, for our lifetimes. What happens when a relationship is expiring and we refuse to see that? That's kind of what the TikTok was about. The universe is incredible in that it does this amazing thing. When the relationship is expired, if you don't recognize it, it's going to give you a situation to help you recognize it. The situation is literally like the light of God shining down on the situation, being like, here you go. Here it is in plain sight, plain view for you to see. There you go. It's expired. It's expired. It's done. You find out that this person has blown up your entire life. They have been lying to you ongoingly. You find out that your entire relationship is perhaps a farce. You find out that the person is not who they said they were. You find out that this person betrayed you in a way where the relationship is completely irreparable. You find out that there's been manipulation, that there's been deceit. You recognize that this person's values, they are so way off, so way and far off from the values that you hold, that it is actually impossible for you to sit at a table and break bread with them. That doesn't mean that you can't respect them. That doesn't mean that maybe you don't love them, but there is something here where there is no alignment. This just doesn't work. There is no integrity. You recognize that something about this is toxic. It's toxic. It is hurting you. You are not able to be yourself. There is no honor in this relationship. It's off. And you've got to let it go. Otherwise, there is going to be more pain and suffering for you. There's going to be more pain and suffering for them. There's going to be more pain and suffering for anyone else that is involved. Something happens that helps you to see this. And when you see it, you cannot unsee it. But what happens when you see it and you don't accept it? What happens when you see it and you don't accept it? When the universe blows things up, when the light of God gets shined down, when the universe shines all of that down for you to see with your own two eyes, with your own everything, that is not the time for you to try to run after that person, for you to try to get it back, try to make it work, try to this, that, and the other. Why? Because that is often the beginning of it repeating itself. That is often the beginning of the pattern repeating itself. You're about to go through this whole thing all over again. It's going to take your time. It's going to take your energy. It's going to take your heart space. It's going to take everything. It's going to snatch your soul. Only the next time when the universe informs you, I told you this was not for you. I told you they were not for you. The next time, it's probably going to be even harsher or more painful than this time. So it's up to us to really understand, to listen to our intuition, and to listen to the divine wisdom that is constantly moving through us. If you have to dishonor yourself in order to be in that relationship, in order to be with that person, in order to get intimacy, if you have to abandon, ignore, suppress, climb over, and go around the truth, it's probably not a good thing. It's probably not going to end very well. You got to be able to let go. Now, I'm going to say this. At times, the universe does blow things up in our life and does show us things. And a relationship is repairable or salvageable. I've worked with people where something major has happened. Maybe there's been some infidelity. And through much coaching and work, commitment and conscious effort, we have been able to repair that relationship for those two people, and they are doing well. These people are doing well. But you're going to know in your belly, you're going to know in your heart, you're going to know in your gut, in your intuition, when what we're talking about is a minor slip up where 90% of what you have is fantastic and is just that little bit that has gone off, because people are human, right? People are human. Nobody is perfect. We all, do things that we would like to take back or we wish we could change or whatever. Or when you're dealing with something way more pathological, when you are dealing with a whole other kettle of fish, and that blow up is your warning. That blow up is like, I've shown you this, but you don't want to know how deep this goes. You got to get out. You got to let go. You got to move on. The time is now. And for a lot of us, we've been seeing the little tiny fires, the little explosions over time, and we've been ignoring them. And now the big one has happened. So for the vast majority of you watching this right now, you are not in the camp of, it's a little minor blow up, it's a little something, and it's repairable. Most of you watching this are in the, I've seen it, I've been ignoring it. I've seen it, I've been ignoring it. I kind of felt it, I've been ignoring it. Maybe this, that, trying to sort of finagle it and this and that, and now it's all blown up, and it's time to let that expired relationship go. Now in this class, I've been using the example of romantic relationship, but this is with any relationship, my friends. It can be your friends. It can be your family. It can be your partner. It can be the workplace. It can be any dynamic like that. It can be your children, right? We have to understand when to let expired relationships go. Because if we don't, there is usually a consequence. The universe knows what it is doing. It knows what it is doing. Do not try to overthrow the cosmic divine order of the universe. It is usually not going to work out for you. It is like trying to swim upstream. No. Listen to your heart. Listen to your ancestors. Listen to the committee of divine intelligence, divine beings that are telling you something is not right here. You got to let go. So that is this class. And I hope that it has been impactful for you. I hope that someone right now that is watching this class is about to stop a major catastrophe from happening, because you are going to choose yourself and you are going to let go of those expired relationships. No more being hurt, no more being manipulated, no more being, being in a relationship where you constantly feel like there's something off or there's something wrong. You are going to stand in your truth, and you are going to trust and know that when you honor yourself, what is meant for you will never pass you. Tell me some of your stories. Have you ever experienced an expired relationship? And did you try to hold on to it? Or did you know you need to let it go? If you tried to hang on to it, what happened to you when you tried to hang on to it? Did it work out for you? I want to hear your stories. Share in the comments below wherever you are watching this, because trust me, when we share, we help other people along the way. We're all in this journey together. If you have enjoyed this class, don't forget to like it, right? Give me a thumbs up, because it helps me to know what topics you find valuable, what you want to hear more of. That's how I knew to do this class, because on TikTok, I got so much praise for it. I was like, okay, let me go deeper into this. If you're not already subscribed, subscribe. We're going to keep having classes like this, many more, on all different kinds of self-love topics. And don't forget to share these videos with your friends, your family, the people that you love. Because when you are on a self-love journey, as I explained to you, the people around you really support your growth and your evolution. The more people understand the same teachings and principles that you yourself are aligning yourself with, the more you can support each other and have a community to serve the highest good for all of you, right? So that is all I would like to say today. I hope that you all are doing very well. I am doing fantastic. And it is such a pleasure to do this video. I cannot wait to see you in the next one. Until we are together again, don't you forget that we truly are in this together. Mwah.